guys, what's going on? Today I got a game on Distant Shore that I just wanted to go over and do some commentary on. I'm using Parcel of Stardust and Not Forgotten in this game. Um, Not really any reason for picking that loadout, I just like both of the weapons. Parcel of Stardust is really good because you can 2-tap with it pretty easily. If you miss a shot, it's also really forgiving, so I'd recommend it if you're feeling pretty uncomfortable with shotgunning. The first thing that I do in this and Distant Shore 90% of the time from C spawn, I'm either going to want to push to Shrine or I'm going to want to push to Elbow. The reason being, if you push directly to that middle door, you're probably going to get sniped. You're visible from at least 3 different angles from that door. It's just not a good place to push. Um, you also want to avoid going patio in most situations because you're giving up the heavy lane. So I just think it's a good idea to go Shrine or Elbow for those reasons. I go up to the Elbow, and the first place that you're going to want to look is over here to what we call Rico. I don't know where that call out came from, but there's 2 guys here. I'm able to get some tags on the first one, and I almost kill the second one, or I do kill the second one, and the first guy gets away through A. I try to get a grenade on him, but I misplaced it just a little bit. He unfortunately gets out and pushes back to his teammates. I see that I have teammates pushing them right now, and I need to get up and help them. So Lonesome was able to get a pick off of that person that I had called out was weak, and I need to push up here to help him. So as I push up, I get tagged by what I think is an arc bolt. 90% of the time in comp games, if I get hit with an arc bolt, I'm just assumed that I'm arc webbed. And being this close to my teammates, the only thing that I can reasonably do, is, in my mind, is push up into them. If you try to disengage, most of the time you'll end up running with your team and get them killed. So I aggress here to try to at least trade out, which I do. Um, and when you're playing comp, when you're playing Clash in comp, if you can't live, try to get a kill. Try to trade out. The goal here is just to keep the score as close as possible for the most part. When I spawn, I pushed up to try to help my teammates team shot a little bit and ended up getting picked by this guy at heavy. It was really good positioning on his part, and it was a really good, really risky lane to hold. We were pretty close for a sniper shot, but on PC it's entirely possible to just get a pick that way. So it was a good call by him. I see that heavy's up, and I know that we have to hold it, so I immediately rush to it and try to assist my teammates, who are all dead. I need to keep them off as long as possible here, so I take a couple shots. I stayed way longer than I should have with 4 people looking at me, and I push around to get a different angle on heavy. This Titan here pushes me and jumps over my head, and instead of doing the smart thing and running past him, I turn around and tag him, and luckily a teammate was there to clean him up, otherwise I definitely would have been dead. Here, Lone makes a really good play, and I want to take a moment to talk about it. The guy didn't have time to react after he pulled heavy, and Lone was right there to make sure that he didn't get anywhere with it. It's kind of a sacrificial play on Lone's part. He took a huge risk doing it, but he also secured heavy for the team, and it was a really smart play. So, dumb, but smart. I'm able to cover him from the elbow here, and again, we have control of River. So, Distant Shore is 90% controlling River. It's where heavy spawns. It has the most viewable angles and the most choke points, and it's just the best place to hold for the most part. So um, he pushes up with heavy here, and I decide to follow him. So this is a good point to talk about your teammates and their lives. So I know that Lonesome plays extremely aggressively. I just know that because I play with him all the time. What you want to do when you're playing with somebody who plays super aggressive is make sure that they didn't die for no reason. So they're going to die. Your teammates are going to die, and you can't stop it. If you worry about your teammates dying constantly, you're going to put yourself in a really bad mindset and just beat yourself up over your teammates dying, or get frustrated at them for dying all the time. Make sure they didn't die without reason. So push up, try to get the kill that they got weak, make something happen off of the play that they made. This guy here actually got overshield from killing Lonesome, and I was still able to pick him off because I was there. I damaged him before his overshield got fully charged, which means that his health didn't regenerate, and I was able to 2-tap with Parcel like I was talking about earlier. So it was a good play. Here I'm super weak, but I see that Rusty pushes up, and I try to help him, but this guy actually completely outplays me and gets the trade. He's using Lion Rampants, which isn't something you see too often in comp, but I feel like this guy's just out here having a good time. Recluse with Rampants, and never see it. You never see it. So again, I pushed up a little bit too far here, and we're kind of losing river control, so I push back to help my team try to get it back. They see the bullets coming out of Shrine, so I know that these guys aren't looking for me. I push up and try to take out this Titan. I'm playing radar, so I want the enemy team to think that we have a strong position on patio and shrine, so they don't really know where to push. And it works. I bait them over to patio and I'm able to push over and get the last guy in shrine who's by himself. So here I push into shrine. It's kind of a fake push. I don't plan on getting any kills, but I want to again try to draw them in and let my teammates shoot them, and it worked out. If you have somebody go over your head like that, the best thing that you could do is to keep moving. Don't stop and look for them. If you do, you're making yourself kind of an easy target. So if you have red on your radar but you can't see anybody, they're probably above you. Please keep moving. Don't stop and look for them. I call out that they're coming from Shrine and try to cut off with a grenade to buy the team some time, and it looks like it just worked. Teams are really on point here. So I know I'm weak. I can't peek. I have teammates there. There's no reason for me to do anything. Lonesome's pushing in, so we need to aggress and help. He got picked off. Guy in here definitely has Recluse perk. And I get smashed. So the enemy team here is trying to regain control of River. What my team did right was team shot the super. They were positioned ready for the smash. I called it as soon as I got smashed, and they were ready to take it out. Supers aren't invincible. If somebody pops a super, the best thing that you can do when you're in a coordinated stack is to stand your ground and shoot it. They're either going to wipe your team, which they would probably do anyway if you ran, or you're going to kill them. Running just gives the enemy team control of a map zone that they want. Usually, people use supers to push people away from an area that they want to control. Heavy is up here, and I see that they're going to need help grabbing it. I try to get it, but they got a really good pulse grenade on it. I stay as long as I can, but I'm just not going to outlive that grenade. I see that Bacon has popped super and Lonesome has popped super, so I'm just doing my best to control power, and I push into a Titan. Unfortunately, I missed the shotgun shot. I wasn't aimed low enough. I shot over his head. So it's really hard to gauge that when you're jumping. It's probably something that I need to work on in the future. So I see that power is still up and my teammates are all dead. I pop super to keep the enemy team away from heavy, like I was saying, zone control. And this is where this super really shines. Stormcaller is amazing for punishing people who are stacking up like that. I see red on my radar and I'm not sure where they are, and I kind of waste my grenade here, but not a big deal. I push back through Shine and I see the red from the sniper, and I want to try to avoid that. In a higher tier game, that probably would have been my death. I over aggress here just to try to get some damage on the enemy team, and I end up getting a trade and some damage on some of the teammates. So as soon as I spawn up here, I try to push the enemy team and try to keep them off of my teammates because I see that they're engaged. I'm lucky enough to get the first pick, but this second guy gets away from me. I don't keep my reticle where I should. I know that he has to get out away from patio to dark. I should have been looking in between the pillar that he was at and dark. I heard the arc staff coming, and I basically just wanted to get the death over as soon as possible. I didn't have enough time to get away from him. My team is up there, and they are team shotting it, and they did a great job of positioning here. Unfortunately, the enemy team was ready, and they capitalized on that super pushing them, so they were able to get a couple of picks. I see that Lonesome goes out here. I know that guy is Memento Mori. I don't really want to fight that, but I kind of have to at this point. He is going to kill me, and I can't really wait for my team to get there. If I wait for the team to get there, more of his teammates are going to show up, so I kind of risk it to make the play. Unfortunately, Bacon gets sniped here, coming through that big door, which here I'm trying to bait this guy's wall. He kind of makes me look foolish, but luckily Lonesome was there to save my ass again. So thanks again, Lone. Appreciate it. You're a good guy. Here it's just more of holding river. Try to do that as much as possible. You want to try to hold that shrine angle. It's really important that they don't push out from shrine. It's only viewable by one or two good positions, mostly from Rico, which is where I was standing, or trying to anyway. So I see that the smash is coming in. I try to get some damage on him for my teammates to finish him up, but this dude kind of goes on a rampage. He gets two of us. The other two are forced to run away. That was a perfect time to show the opposite of what I was saying earlier. Normally you do want to stand your ground, but those two were smart enough to realize that it was a losing fight. It's kind of a case by case basis, but they pulled him into more teammates who were spawning up, and we were able to take him out. This guy way overextends, and Lonesome's able to punish him. Unfortunately, the third guy takes Lonesome out, so I'm able to push up and clean him up, and then we take river control back. It's that easy. You bait the super in, you clean him up, it's all done. I overextend here a little bit, but it's okay because my team's there to cover me. I shouldn't have pushed Shrine here, and I'm going to explain why I shouldn't have pushed Shrine here. We had river control. This is getting sloppy and overly aggressive, but sometimes when you have the momentum, you just need to make it happen. This guy's not paying attention to his radar at all, and he gets taken out for it, so if I didn't kill him, Lonesome definitely would have with his super. So I'm running Tractor Cannon for the most part because at this point in the game, and in this point in most of the comp games, supers are going to start coming out like crazy. I already missed a few of them, but Tractor Cannon is a really good asset to have on your team, and I think that's actually why I was running Not Forgotten and Parcel that day, because I wanted to run Tractor Cannon, and those are the only two legendaries that I felt comfortable using. So, see, there's the smash that I was talking about, and he gets Tractored right away, shut down. I kind of baited my teammates there. Wasn't really the right thing to do. I should have called out that I had Tractored and pull him in, and I might have, but it looks like I was just kind of baiting my teammates a little bit. I get a little overly aggressive because I do have power, and Tractor Cannon is ridiculously strong. So like even that guy had Recluse perk, there was nothing he could do. I kind of gave up power here to that Hunter. I was expecting him to be weak when I slid around the corner, but he was kind of waiting for me specifically. He knew that I had power and he knew that he could take it. So luckily, Lonesome again kills him. So good play, dude. I try to help here, assist with some team shots. We're kind of playing a lot more loose and fast now because we have momentum. Once you get momentum going in a game, you kind of just want to start steamrolling as much as you can. I kind of made a bad choice here with my Stormcaller. Instead of chasing that one guy, there was two people to the right who were not in a position to run away, and I should have gone for the sure kill instead of chasing that one person. You want to avoid getting tunneled as much as possible when you're in your super. You're very hard to kill, but you're not invincible, so make effective choices. Bacon had a really good angle covered there, and Rusty was there to assist with the rest of the team shots. So good job, team. Way to go. I want to push to river because I know that's where they are, and he was ready with the sniper. He probably saw that his teammate got picked and where I was pushing from and just made the assumption. I think three of them are in a fire team, so it may have been a call out, but it's not something that I was prepared for either way. Here, again, I just want to get up and help my team. We have river control. He rolled out of the way, and I was able to take him out, but this is where things start to switch the other direction. The enemy team gets a couple of picks, and they are using Fly Society's momentum here to regain river control. He gets two picks. I believe he gets Lonesome here. They have river control at this point, and we need to get it back. I got a really lucky grenade tag here. The Titan, for some reason, pushed up through my pulse grenade, which is why I run pulse grenades with arc web. If you run arc web, you only have one chance to tag the enemy team. If you run pulses, if anybody touches it at all, they will bring arc web to the rest of their team. So I use it to try to help secure power. Unfortunately, the arc staff is ready, and there's not really much that we could do about it. He's going to run amok for a second. This guy historically has not had good luck with his supers this game. So, and again, he trades with one person due to team shots. So that guy who was on power should have put up a barricade a little bit sooner. If you are a Titan and you're going for power on this map, you need to be aware of where the enemy team is and set up appropriate barricades for those situations. It can get a little bit hairy sometimes, but for example, we were all over by C spawn. If he would have put up a barricade facing Shrine and C door right there, he probably would have had enough time to pull power. So just be mindful of that if you're a Titan. Putting up a barricade is basically your job when it comes to pulling power. So, um, Here, I'm just letting Rusty do his thing. He is able to get the smash weakened and waste enough time for Lonesome to get 2 kills. He effectively used his super to stop them from getting power long enough for somebody else to come in and help. The Titan tunnel visioned a lot with Smash there, which really helped us. And again, we're just delaying at this point. They need way more kills than we do in the game, so we're just trying to play for a couple of picks. So, good way to close out the game. I don't really have anything more to say than it was just a lot of really good teamwork. Hopefully this commentary helps you guys a little bit, and if you have any suggestions or anything you want to see, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that other YouTube stuff, and GG's. See you later.